Morning. Welcome back. How's everyone doing today? Happy Friday. Eagles Nation. I know. One more day. One more day. Giants, Eagles. I'm happy as long as the Giants show that they can stick with them. That is all I want. I just want Daniel Jones to put in another nice showing, and I'll be a happy camper. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a good one so far. Eagles money line. Niners. Yeah, Niners should do well. I hope the Niners win. If the Giants don't make it through, then I don't want anyone else from the NFC East going through. Everyone thinks that, yeah, I like it. See, I like it. I like when everyone thinks the Giants are going to get blown out. That's good for me. Everyone thinks the Giants are going to get blown out. You better be careful. I hope the Eagles come in and just expect to be an easy game. That's what I hope. I hope the Eagles are just like, yeah, whatever. Giants, we got them. That's exactly the situation I want. Yeah, the Bruins are good. Bruins are good. Bruins are real good. What did we lose? 3-1 yesterday to them? They're like killing it, the Bruins. They have, jeez, man. They have, what is that? 12 more points than anyone else in the league. 36-5. Damn. Wow. They have a plus 77 goal differential. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, they're absolutely crushing it. The closest goal differential is 39. They have a 77. Holy crap. Crazy. You would expect them to take the cup, right? But you never know. Hockey's all about who's hot. Hockey is, if they get a little cold into playoffs, you never know. All right, so welcome back, guys. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Should be an exciting weekend, exciting week, exciting weekend for sports at least. We got F1 coming back soon, so things are looking up. Things are looking up. On the market side of things, today looks like a day where I would like to not trade today. That's actually what I'm like. That's my goal today. My goal is to like really, and I'd be happy to walk away without a trade today. There's a really important zone that the ES is in, that the NASDAQ is in, and we have to be careful of trading within this zone. This is like a zone where I'm just going to be like, okay, if it's between this, don't trade. If it's over or below it, then maybe we look for something. That's how I'm going to approach today. Very clear zones on the ES NASDAQ that I don't want to get involved between. It's Friday. It could be some low volume. It could be a little choppy. Like we saw yesterday, and if that is the case, then we need to really protect ourselves, right? We don't want to do anything stupid on a Friday heading into a weekend, especially after having the week that I've had. This was the best week I've had of this month, of this year, so I don't want to do anything dumb to mess that up, right? Let's walk away. Even if I walk away without any money today, it's still a very nice week for me, and I don't want to. My mindset today is to just do the right thing, be smart, be really structured, be disciplined, and walk away on a nice week. So we'll look at some levels today. We'll look at some individual names, some setups that I'm watching, and we'll see what happens today. So let's get started. So economic earnings calendar. Let's pull that up first. Economic calendar. Pull that up real quick. You guys want 100 free gallons of propane? That's such a strange ad. Who the hell? Peace of mind. Did you guys know that you will have peace of mind if you have 100 gallons of propane? Did you know that? I didn't know that. That is fucking weird. I don't know why I get that ad. I haven't looked at propane. That's weird. Anyways, Friday, January 20th. Really nothing much here. 10 a.m. existing home sales. A little bit of a Fed Governor Christopher Waller speaks. Nothing crazy. So not much on the economic side of things today. So we don't really need to worry about that. All right. So that's that. On the earnings side, let's pull that up. Earnings. Pull that up here. No, I haven't looked for girls actually. All right, earnings side. Netflix was yesterday. You guys can see that it went up a little bit. So a little bit of strength on on Netflix. We'll take a look at that one today. And then you guys can see here on the right side, this is what we have today. Nothing really. This is all before open. You got some small regional banks and nothing crazy. So nothing really to report on the earnings or economic side today. All right. So nothing really quite there. Really, we're going to have to look at the futures, right? Let's watch the futures. Take a look at some of those key levels. Do not know how to change the currency. Enjoy yourself. Thanks, Sunmit. I appreciate that again, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the support. Tesla 124 retest. Big level to watch here. Actually, look, it tells me how much that is. Look. You're going to see me and right here, look, $4.93. $4.93. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. All right. Tesla 124 retest, something to watch here today. Microsoft 234, watching this for rejections, depending on what we get on the market, of course. Meta, really strong day on Meta yesterday. Went right back to the supply at 138. I think you had... I didn't quite find what it was. I'm sure you guys can let me know in the chat, but something happened that caused advertisers, companies that make money through advertising go up yesterday. I didn't quite take the time to look at what it was, but you guys saw it. Google, Meta, really strong moves on those ad-based stocks. If you guys just want to let me, I'm sure someone in the chat knows rather than me looking this up right now, for the sake of time. But either way, Meta was strong, Google was strong. We had some strong moves on those ad companies. So we'll definitely have to watch out for that today, see if there's continuation. I will look at that and educate myself on that a little bit more before open, of course. So Meta was strong, Google strength as well. We'll take a look at that. Costco, really nice downside on Costco. Congrats if you guys caught that. We caught that in the chat. That was that really nice gap. That really nice gap to the downside. And we got a piece of it. It wasn't the whole move. So Costco was a little bit resilient in that area. It wasn't as weak as I would have expected. But it was a nice little downside slip early morning. Netflix ad subscription base. Was that it? I'm not sure if I got to look this up. So sorry about not being educated on that before the stream. Should have looked it up. Costco. Looking for this retest rejection, watching this. Netflix, we'll take a look at that one. And then Amazon 93 hold. These are some of the levels and the key setups that I am watching today. Let me go into Google. And so Google this morning also cut some employees. Yeah, they laid off 12,000 jobs. So that's why you got this move this morning. But there was something yesterday. Yesterday morning. Alphabet, urine bone, I'm not sure what it was. There was something. I saw something. But I'll have to see what that was. But either way, all those ad subscription companies were strong yesterday. Meta, Google, very strong. Regardless of the market, they were very strong. Brad, thank you, man. What's up, bro? How's it going, Brad? Congratulations on your running journey. I've been watching you on your Instagram. So happy to see you healthy and happy to see you in shape, looking good, man. Congratulations. That is number one, right? That's number one, our health. Nothing more important than our health. All right, so let's get started. Let's go NASDAQ. So today, I got a no trade zone. I got a no trade zone on the NASDAQ, and it is right here. It is right between this 11,450. I might even extend it. Someone say, Jim. I might even extend it up towards this 11,486, 485 area. So this area, I just don't know how much I want to get involved. I'm going to put on the previous day close here. You're going to see previous day close. If I put that on, I want to at least see the NASDAQ over this previous day closing price right here. This one right here, this is Wednesday's close. I would like to see the NASDAQ over Wednesday's close before getting really that involved in any type of trades. I don't want to get, I don't want to try to trade upside into this previous day close here and then potentially see this thing reject. So I wish I could delete these two yellow lines and just keep this one on. But this is what I'm watching. I'm actually going to put this line right at that previous day close, and then I'm going to take it off. Let me take those off real quick. So right there, guys, I really today that's my game plan. I don't want to get involved until we are at least over Wednesday's closing price for the upside. Right, this whole area between 11,480. Let me get a zone there. This whole area below Wednesday's close and even this 11,450 area, I just don't quite think, it's going to be a very free-flowing upside through this area. All right, you have a lot of previous consolidation here. You have the Wednesday's closing price up at 480. You got this very clear rejection level from yesterday around 450, right? And, I just, on Friday, with the potential for, some choppy price action, and if I do trade 0 DTE, which I really don't care to, maybe, I might switch out to next week's, I don't think that you're going to find a very good time through this 450 to 480 zone. I think this is going to be a difficult area. It was a very choppy area here in the after hours action. And I think that to go long today, I would want to see at least a move over Wednesday's close and then a really strong hold above it, and then maybe we can get that continuation. But if we are trading below 480, I will probably be hesitant, and I will probably be happy with the week that I had to not play the upside there. So 450 to 480. 480 is Wednesday's close. 450 is this double top, and that is really what I would be watching, right? So if we can get through that, then maybe we can look for that upside continuation. If we are under that, then I would probably stay away. Now to the downside, right? Even to the downside, it's a little bit questionable, because if you do move to the downside here, you have to watch this 11.4 in my opinion. I think this is a big level. If I go out and zoom out, this 11.4, let me show you why I'm looking at 11.4. 11.4 is this previous high, it's this previous high, and it's this previous double bottom low. So do I really want to get aggressive on the shorts into 11.4? Not really. Not really, right? Because if I get aggressive on shorts into 11.4, and then I see this thing hold up again pretty much at the same level it did this morning and yesterday, then I could get sort of faked out of a position there, right? So I don't really want to get short into 11.4, and I really don't want to get long into this 450, 480. This, to me, is pretty much a no trade zone for me today, personally. I really don't care to get involved in the whatever action might happen in between these zones. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that advantageous. It doesn't seem like there's going to be that much money to be made. Of course, there's always something to play, but it's about taking the best of opportunities, in my opinion. So 11.4, looking to see what happens. Do we get below it? If we do, if we turn it into a clear rejection point, then we'll see if the action wakes up at all, maybe down into these yesterday's lows around this 11,300. We'll see if that happens. But if we just see a pretty consistent move within this area today, I think you guys stay away. I think you call it a good Friday. I think you call it a week and you just walk away on top if you've had a good week. So 11,450, 11,480, and then 11,4 are the levels I'm watching there today. The ES is even more defined, in my opinion. So I'm going to pop on the previous day close here, and I'm pretty sure it's at 39.40. I think that's where it is. Oh, that's the wrong previous day close. Hold on. This one, delete the other stuff. There. Okay, so Wednesday's close was actually up at 39.45. Right, so this whole area, 39.45 to 39.40, really not interested in playing in there, right? Really not interested in playing in that area because we're not over Wednesday's lows, right? We did have a little push yesterday, And you can see we got rejected right at that level. So this is Wednesday's lows up here around 39.45. We have this 39.40 rejection that came in yesterday. Do you really want to play upside into this level? Maybe there's some opportunity here short term, but for me personally, I don't think I want to be playing into that area. So 39.45, that's your top line. That's the guardrail on the top side. And then on the bottom side, on the downside, 3,900. So we have to be careful in between this zone today. For me, I will not be playing directional plays within this zone, 39.40, 39.45 to 3,900. If we do see a break, and hold below 3,900 today, yes, I'll look for it. If we see a break above 39.45 and we hold above it, then yes, I'll look for it. But in between that area, I will be very cautious today, and will be very patient for something to really show today on this Friday. So really nice channel here from yesterday. It's very defined. You can clearly see the game plan here. Above 39.40, 39.45, below 3,900. Otherwise, my best piece of advice would be to stay away from directional plays. All right. Dow Jones. So the Dow has been pretty weak. The Dow has been the weakest of the indices. We can see right here. The Dow is actually, it was red. It's back to green a little bit here today. But it looks like it's around this 33,050, 33,100 area. And probably up towards this 33,300 area, right? Right in there. Let's get the previous day close here. Previous day close. So previous day close is up around this 33,374. So this entire zone, same thing, right? Same exact thing. There's your upside zone. Here's your downside zone. Getting involved within those zones, just not quite something I'm looking to do today. If we can break out of these zones, right? If we can break out of the bottom side of this, right? I would look for that downside continuation. If we can break out of the upside of this, I would look for that upside continuation. But around 33,300, 33,370s, this whole area up here, I'd be careful on the upside, right? This could definitely be a rejection if we do get that move. And then to the downside, I would look for the break below this 33,080 area. The Dow has been the weakest of the indices, so you can look for underperformance there today. That is something that I have been sort of eyeing, looking at some Dow stocks to see if there is underperformance there today. All right. Russell. So the Russell is sort of sitting back at this retest level right here. If I go to the 4-hour, you can see you have this previous support around this 1840 level, right? 1840, 1840. You can see we've been holding up at that level right now. And we've put in a little bit of a channel here on the Russell as well. So if we zoom in here on the 30-minute, you can see we are holding that important 4-hour retest. But it looks like these rejections start to step in around this 1855 area, right? So you can see rejection stepped in yesterday around 1855. We want to be careful of that. And then that 4-hour retest support stepped in around 1840. You got yourself a little bit of a range here today that I would want to see it break out of before trading. Press in the middle, press in your key, press in your scroll wheel, Mr. Renko. If you press in your scroll wheel, this pops up. All right, it makes it very easy. All right, guys, so that's the futures. My mindset today is wait for the breaks of the channels. If not, go outside, enjoy the day, go to the gym, enjoy the freedoms that you get by trading, and just forget about a chop zone trade. All right, that's my goal today. All right, Tesla. So Tesla on a nice little retest. This actually looks pretty bullish to me if we can get some market continuation, right? That's a big if. That is the what we need to see. That's the underlying move that needs to happen for us to actually play this. So I would watch this, right? You guys can see right here. You have this previous high, right? Previous high rejection, previous high rejection, previous high rejection. We broke it. We had a huge rejection of 137. We came back and we retested it. So you can see we had a break and retest. That is a textbook break and retest. That is a nice hold of 124 on Tesla. So today, if we can get some upside continuation, if we can get some movement to the upside, and we get through maybe those zones on the ES NASDAQ, then I would look for that continuation on Tesla. I would want to see this thing over this 130 level. This is, I think, your very, very key level here today, 130. So you can see yesterday we rejected 130, we fell off of it, and we haven't been able to get back above it since. So if the NASDAQ is strong, I would look for that 130 break and retest to see if I can play that continuation. If the NASDAQ is weak today and we trade back below some, or we trade maybe back to that channel low, then maybe you can even look for a Tesla double top here. All right? You can even look for a Tesla double top here at 130. So I like this 130 level today. I would be cautious trading puts into 124. All right? You have to be caught. If we're down at 124, be careful getting aggressive on the put side because this is a potential break and retest hold. Look at that 4-hour candle right there. Nice little hold candle. And then you can see that upside continuation. So I would watch 130 to 124. And I would look for retests of either side, right? I would look for retests of either side. 130. All right. Let's go Netflix, because I know a lot of people are probably interested in Netflix today. Netflix is also putting in a nice little retest hold. Bullish retest hold. So you can see right here, right? This was our previous rejection area, 333, 334. This was also the previous channel, or the gap down, the gap level. If I zoom out, right? Let me get this zoomed in here. You guys can see we had this previous 333, 334 double bottom. This is where the gap started, right? And we got back above it. We rejected it here. We rejected it here. And now we are back above it. So if we are above that level, right, this is a pretty important rejection level that's come in recently, right? 333, 334. Look at what it's doing this morning, right? Look at what it's doing this morning. That's technically a pretty bullish sign right there. Netflix was able to break above that rejection on the pullback in the pre-market. It held it very strong, and if it can maintain that area, I mean, I would definitely look for that upside continuation today. If we can get that market to be strong, if that market continues hot, then I would look for that push off this break and retest of a pretty major previous rejection point. It's pretty major, right? Pretty major previous rejection point. Double bottom low into a double top rejection. You're now above that level. So if this thing can curl higher, you might be able to get something here. Looks pretty good right now. We'll have to see how the market, intraday market reacts, but that's a pretty nice little setup right there. I would look to see if it holds 333. All right. I like that. Just please be careful trading Microsoft. It is not a very kind stock to trade. It really is not. It's a very aggressive, quick moving stock that will get you emotional if you are not used to it. So please be careful on that front. Microsoft, 234. Looking to see what happens here at 234. I'm interested on this. If I go to, let me get a little bit more time here. Here we go. So look at what Microsoft's doing right now. This is very interesting. 234 was a major level. And you guys saw what happened when we lost 234 yesterday, right? We had 234 here, 234 here, 234 here. Again, we had 234 support step in here. So before this, before we broke below it, it was a major support area that continued to hold Microsoft to the upside. Now, let's zoom in. Let's remember what 234 means, and let's zoom in. If we zoom into yesterday's price action, look at what it did yesterday, right? This is very telling. You broke below 234. You tried to get back above it, and you rejected it, right? So that is the first sign of 234 turning into a rejection point. Now today, if we get a little weak push into 234 again and we see the market get some downside, that would be a fantastic play to look short off of. So this is definitely something I'll be watching today. If we can get a little short off 234, previous major support turning into a rejection yesterday intraday, do we get that same type of move here for a little scalp off 234? That is something I will be watching today. All right. So watching that on Microsoft today, 234. Meta. So some strength on Meta, but I'm questionable, right? I'm questionable about if I can really trust that move on Meta yesterday. You can see, look at where it moved right back into. Meta moved right back into the 138 supply level. So rejection here, and rejection here. Major 138, 137 supply level. And yesterday, it pretty much just rocketed straight back into it. And look at the reaction that you're starting to see here. So, do we fade that move from yesterday? Right? Do we fade the meta move from yesterday? That is definitely interesting me. If that could potentially be a play to fade that big push from yesterday, or does it continue to show outperformance? Right? That's the big question here. Here's the 5-minute chart. You can see we pushed right back into that 137 area. Rejections. We pushed into it. We rejected it again. So if there is some weakness here on the market, right, I will not be opposed to looking to fade this move. I will be careful about it because I know it's going to be a little bit of an outperformer potentially. But that is a very nice supply level that I would be sort of monitoring. So let's see. Or, right, on the flip side, if Meta is hot again today, if it gets above 138, right, and holds above it, then you might be able to play that continuation if the market is, strong today. So watching this definitely, because I know Meta just popped straight up back into supply, and I would be monitoring that. Google. Did we look at Google? No, we didn't. How do everyone? So guys, this is. I need like a finger cam. That's what I need. I need a camera right here that just on my hand. If I press in the scroll button, right? If I press in my scroll button, I get a little menu that pops up for me to make a drawing, right? Pressing in the middle, scroll. So I press that. I get myself a nice rectangle, right? And I make it. Now, if I want to delete that, I press the scroll button again. I press this little arrow, and I press on it, and I press delete with my left hand. Left hand delete, right hand mouse. Oval, right? Go back to that, delete. Make a line, go back to this, delete. Rectangle, go back to that, delete. All right, there you go. Hopefully that helps you navigate Thinkorswim a little bit quicker. All right, Google. 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. It was very strong yesterday, but guys, this is where you just have to sort of look past it, right? This is where you have to look past it, to be honest, right? I don't have interest in Google today, because how are you? What are you gonna do? You're gonna buy long here? You're gonna go long here? I just, why? Or what's the game plan, right? That's just a little bit too much. So for me, maybe Google continues, maybe it doesn't. Am I going to go long after it's up, 7% in a day and a half, in a day and after hours? Probably not. I'll just let it work itself out. I really don't have FOMO to catch something that has moved 7% in a day. So it's also in a very weird area, right? It's in a very weird area. You don't quite know what's going to happen here. If it moves up to, and it could, right? You could see that move to around 100. If you get upside continuation today, that would be where I'd look for it to move up to, right around here, up to this 99-100 area where these previous rejections were. So that's possibly the move you get. You can see it right here on the daily chart. I would say you could see a move up towards this 99-100, right? That's what I would be watching for if you get that continuation to the upside. But I don't trade these names, right? I don't trade a move like this. You have to wait for something. You have to wait for a pullback. You're not going to get anywhere long term if you're just opening up your charts, finding the stock that's up huge in the pre-market and just trying to go long on it. So I would look for a pullback. That would really be the only place I'd be comfortable going long. I would even look to see if this gap fills. I'd be more interested in that. All right, I'd be more interested in looking for Google to gap fill and maybe move back to 94.36 today, to be quite honest. Here's a little This is what happened, right? When Microsoft announced layoffs, it popped a little bit, right? Yes, it did move higher in the after. Look, this is what Microsoft did the day after it announced the layoffs. It pushed into this. It had a push in the pre-market, and then it just died off the whole next following 2 days. So I wouldn't take layoffs as a long-term, like, oh, we're going to go long here and just continue and rally. So I would not go. I'm not going to, I don't want to be too influential on what you do on Google today, but I would be very careful going long. I would be careful of this rejections up here around 99,100, and I'd probably look for even a gap fill. That would probably be the better play, in my personal opinion. Look for us to fill the gap from the pre-market. Yeah, today is the expiration of a lot of leap options. So everyone that bought leaps, like last year, beginning of last year, let's say they bought January calls or January puts, or let's say they bought like a lot of people that bought leaps. So if you're buying leaps right now, you're probably buying next January's, right? Next January 2023's. I'm sorry, 2024's. What year are we in? Yeah, so you're probably looking at the next year's expiration for leap options, right? So today is the day that the first monthly leap options are expiring. That's why that's the news article that you're reading. Okay, so that's what today is. All those leap options are expiring. All right, Costco. So Costco, a little bit of a retest here. I'm interested. So you have a little bit of upside here in the pre-market, but look at where it's retesting, right? We traded this to the downside yesterday. Let me show you where we got short yesterday on Google or on Costco. It's actually a very nice trade. So we got short on Costco on a little break and retest of this key level. So yesterday, 475.50 we were watching. In the morning, we had a 1 minute candle drop. We had a 2 minute candles, 2 minute of 1 minute, two 1 minute candles retest, and we got short right there. And that was a really nice little break and retest of this 475.50. Congrats to you guys that got into that yesterday. A nice flush to the downside. Now look at where Costco is. All right, let me go to the 30 minute. Look at where Costco is trading at right now. Costco is trading right back at that 475.50 level. That is your previous low. So if there is more market weakness today, I would definitely be looking to see if we reject this 475.50 for some potential continuation. That is definitely something that I would be watching. So, yeah, Costco, 475.50. Look to see if that turns into a rejection today. We went Netflix, we went Meta, Google, Microsoft. Did we go Microsoft? Yes, we did. Netflix, all right. Amazon. So Amazon held 93, very nice. They announced buybacks. Yeah, we'll just have to keep a watch on the level. So here's Amazon at 93, and we can see, look at this hold that came in, right? So Amazon had a previous low around this 93 right here. Right? And we can see, look what happened yesterday. Very nice hold of 93. So today, I would be cautious going long. I don't really like that long yet because I know there is obvious supply above, and I know that the NASDAQ and ES are also in a chop range. So I'm not so sure I'd just go long off 93 and think that it's going to continue higher. I would, probably be more interested in this. Right? I would be more interested in a break and retest to the downside of 93 because that will obviously be a clear breakdown of a level and a very nice downside continuation move. To the upside, maybe you can grab a few points off this 93 retest, but right, I'm a little bit concerned about this right here, this 95.50. Right? I'm a little concerned about that. If I go to the 1 minute chart, you're going to see, look at that 95.50 from yesterday. This is yesterday's morning, right? We got a big push and a major rejection at 95.50, right? I don't really think I want to go long into that level, right? I'm not really interested in going long into a previous major rejection from yesterday at 95.50. So we could look for the retest play off 93, the hold of a previous low, we could look for that. But I would probably want to see this, over 95.50, and then I would maybe even wait for 97. I'm not so confident on the long here. I think, I think the better play would be something like this. This would be a real juicy play. But you can watch out for that 93 hold. You can look for that continuation. Meta going red pre-market? Really? Yeah, that's an interesting supply level up there. It really is. Let's go Apple. So Apple, I'm watching this one. I'm holding 2 contracts on this to the downside. I took an attempt at a downside play yesterday. I got out I had 10 contracts. I sold 8 for like a $100 profit because this thing just started to trade sideways. And then I scaled down and I held on because I just wanted to hold on to this potential setup that was forming. So I have 2 put contracts on Apple today. They're probably going to be red this morning, I would assume. It's small size. I'm really not too concerned about it, but we'll see if this play sort of works out. I'm watching to see if Apple rejects this area today. 137.20, 137 area. So you can see we have a previous high here. We have a previous high here. We have a previous double top here around 137. So you can go to the 15-minute chart, and we can see this 137 level has been pretty tough. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye and see, does Apple even reject this 136.25 right here? This is some previous highs as well. I'm going to look to see if Apple wants to try to reject these levels and continue lower. That's going to definitely be a watch that I have today. So if I go out to the 30-minute, you guys can see we've been sort of grinding higher. We lost this general uptrend here. We had this uptrend that we lost, right? This little uptrending channel. We lost it. We retested these previous highs. It looks like we're starting to reject here. So this is definitely a watch for me today. If I go to the 4-hour chart, that's really where I'm watching it on. I like this potential rejection point up around 137. Yeah, I did sell Enphase puts, but damn, was that a sick trade, man. And what a nice downside yesterday. Enphase did exactly what we did. If you guys could rewind the live streams from back in like early December, you could probably go back to some early December live streams, and you will hear me say, I think Enphase should be back at 216, 215. And look at how awesome that was. Caught a good chunk of it here. I think I made about $3,500 on this one to the downside. Really nice downside play here. I was pretty much just like peppering in puts here at these highs. Pretty much every week I was like, all right, Enphase, I'm liking this area. I want to take some size, or I want to take some risk here. Got a nice piece. I did definitely lose some money, right, on the upside. I was getting chopped up over here, but, my conviction on it did pay off. But nice downside play. Yesterday was a flush of a move. And then I would just watch out for 215 area. It might hold here. So I would say the downside play is likely over, guys. If you didn't catch it here, I would be careful chasing it now. If it does get under this 216, 215, then maybe there's more. But, yeah, what a sick play Enphase was. I really want the next one. I want the next Enphase to be, I want Ulta to be the next Enphase. This is something that I've been trying to catch myself, and it has not given up. And yesterday was finally the first red day in like a long-ass time, a significant red day. So Ulta looks to be, for me, the next Enphase that I'm going to try to catch here. Ulta maybe below this 490 could be interesting, right? See if Ulta can continue lower here, under 490. That's definitely something I'm going to watch. Ulta, I have no idea how it does this, right? I really don't. I don't know how Ulta looks like this. What a crazy chart. Something is holding Ulta up. I don't think Ulta is this good of I don't think it's this resilient to the market to be doing this. But maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot. But like, you have other stocks like UNH has been even pulling back recently a little bit. But UNH has been pretty hot. Even some of these like safety names haven't really been holding up like some of these names. And I don't think Ulta is that much of a safety name. It's really bizarre to me. But who knows? Maybe I'm just dead wrong here, and this thing just continues higher. But this interests me. That's just talking to you, friend to friend, bullshitting with you. I don't really know why this is holding up. Makeup and lipstick. Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, Ulta, I think there could be something here eventually, right? I think there could be something here eventually. GE, and GE, not really interested in trading GE, but yeah, maybe a rejection of 80 there. Beauty is key, Michelle. Yeah, Michelle, do you shop at Ulta? Is Ulta the place to be, or can Ulta find? Is there some cracks in Ulta's business that we can exploit here? All right, so that's what I had. If you guys could take a second, press the like button. That would always be appreciated. You know that. Let's go into the ticker form. Let's go into the ticker form. All right. Today is the 20th. Cat Blue. That's a stock. All right. Cat Blue and Nike. Cat Blue and Nike. And we're out of here. Cat. I think Cat's got this is the retest that I was talking about, right? I mean, I remember this. If you guys remember it, then I remember this vividly. Hopefully you do too. People were asking me about Cat here on this big push, right? Here is a great example. I hope you can take something away from this right here. If you're listening, pay attention. If you are the person that asks me or gets interested in a stock that is on a straight upside move over all-time highs or any type of move, if you think that you should get interested in playing a stock when it looks like this, right? You see this? See this right side? You see this straight up move? If this move interests you, if you're like, oh shit, here we go, let me play some calls here, please look at this, right? You have to wait for pullbacks in the stock market if you want to be successful. Honestly, I know that's a bold statement, but you cannot try to play a move like this. It is not going to get you anywhere. If you bought cat calls here because you're like, holy shit, I'm chasing this baby, here we go, cat to 280, the next 3 days were absolute destruction for you. You have to wait for pullbacks. You do not get interested in straight upside. Okay? Especially not in the market we're in, right? The reason I bring this up is because I remember people putting cat here, and they were like, cat, look at cat, look at cat, look at cat. And I'm like, no, wait for a retest. All right, so here's your retest. Look for the 240 retest. See if that holds. Look to see if 240 holds, right? And if it does, then you can look for the longs, right? Then you can look for the longs on cat at 240. You do not look to go long when it's straight up and everyone else is talking about it. Look for the pullback. Wait for the retest. Cat, what the hell is blue? Bluebird? Bluebird Bio. Come on, guys. What the hell is this? Next. What was the next one? Nike. Oh, okay, it's happening, isn't it? I haven't looked at Nike recently, so thank you for the reminder. Yeah, I like it. Let's watch this. This might be this is a watch for me today. Thank you. Who reminded me of this? Well done. Look at this weekly chart. Remember we talked about this one? The weekly break and retest, right? Previous lows, break, retest. I like this. Let's watch this today. Nike. Let's look for this rejection to come in. It's already starting to come in. Look at the last 2 days. Look at yesterday. And look at this little gap down we had. So if we can get a nice little Nike pullback, that could be juicy here. Maybe back down into like this 118 area. This thing has been pretty much straight up for like a couple weeks, right? Right into that weekly rejection point. I'm looking for this one today. Let's keep a look at it. I would say you want to have a stop probably over like this 130. Maybe this 129, 130. I'll be keeping an eye on that one. Good call out there. Weekly, right? Weekly rejection point right here. Major weekly rejection point. See that? Previous lows here. Back into the retest. I'll keep an eye on that. All right, guys. Hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for always supporting the stream. If you guys could press the like button before you head out. Trying to get to 1,000 likes per stream this year. That's going to be hopefully the new average. So if you guys could help me out with that, that would be awesome. Trying to continue to grow the channel, continue to help you guys out where I can. If you guys are enjoying it, subscribe, press the like button, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for all the support on the streams. Thank you for always being here. I hope you guys are finding value from it. And let's go Giants, baby. Let's go Giants. See you later.